Good afternoon, dear students of third year. Welcome back again. We have been started with this particular point of ICH guideline in the last lecture. Even I have been explaining you this particular slide which is present in front of you. तुमच्या समोर आता जी स्लाइड आहे त्या स्लाइड बद्दलही मी तुम्हाला मागच्या लेक्चरला एक्सप्लेन केलं होतं. That is the brief review of ICH guideline. Student, as per this slide, या स्लाइड अनुसार basically ICH guidelines, they are classified into the four different classes, or they are categorized into the four different categories. The first one is said to be the quality guideline, second one is said to be the safety guideline, third one is said to be the efficacy guideline, and fourth one that is said to be the multidisciplinary guideline. The ICH guidelines say, sorry, that guidelines are basically classified into the four different categories, and it is namely abbreviated as QSEM: quality, safety, efficacy, अँड मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी. मी तुम्हाला मागच्या लेक्चरला सांगितलं होतं की क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन या कसल्या संदर्भात आहे. पहिली जी गाईडलाईन आहे ICH मधली, दॅट इज द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. आणि ही क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन कसल्या संदर्भात आहे. क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन्स आर द गाईडलाईन्स विच रिमेन कन्सर्न विथ द केमिकल अँड फार्मास्युटिकल क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स. इट रिमेन्स विथ द केमिकल टेस्टिंग्स अँड द फार्मास्युटिकल क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स टेस्टिंग. Second one, that was the safety guideline. Safety guidelines are the guidelines which remain concerned with the in vitro and in vivo preclinical studies. Means it remain concerned with the in vitro and in vivo testings in the animal subjects. That is preclinical study. So ही जी दूसरी guideline है, that is the safety guideline. That safety guideline, it is basically remain concerned with the in vitro and in vivo preclinical studies. Third one, that is said to be the efficacy guideline. Efficacy guideline, it is in concern of clinical studies in the human volunteer. Efficacy guideline ही कसल्या संदर्भातले. Efficacy guidelines are the guidelines which remain concerned with the clinical trial studies in a human volunteers. आणि चौथी जी guideline होती, that was said to be the multidisciplinary guideline. Okay, that was said to be the multidisciplinary guideline. And what does it involve, or it remain concerned with? This multidisciplinary guideline, student, basically it remain concerned with and the cross-cutting topics, means the topics which does not get fit into the above three mentioned guidelines. असे टॉपिक्स जे वरती दिलेल्या तीन प्रकारच्या गाईडलाईन मध्ये फिट न होत असतील, तर असे सर्व क्रॉस कटिंग टॉपिक आपण कुठल्या गाईडलाईन मध्ये इन्क्लूड करतोय. दॅट ऑल दिस टॉपिक्स दे आर इन्क्लुडेड इन टू द फोर्थ टाइप ऑफ द गाईडलाईन ऑफ ICH, दॅट इज सेड टू बी द मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी गाईडलाईन. मी जर इथे एक्झाम्पल देईल एखादं असं क्रॉस कटिंग टॉपिकचं, तर गाईडलाईन्स इन कन्सर्न ऑफ डॉक्युमेंटेशन. डॉक्युमेंटेशन संदर्भातले जे काही गाईडलाईन्स असतील ते क्वालिटीमध्ये बसणार नाही, ते सेफ्टीमध्ये बसणार नाही, ते एफिकसी मध्ये बसणार नाही. तर आता डॉक्युमेंटेशनच्या संदर्भातले जे काही गाईडलाईन्स असतील ICHचे, दॅट गाईडलाईन्स दे आर इन्क्लुडेड इन टू दिस फोर्थ टाइप ऑफ द गाईडलाईन, दॅट इज कॉल्ड ॲज मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी गाईडलाईन. तर या स्लाइडवरनं समजून घेण्याचा प्रयत्न करा की मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी गाईडलाईन मध्ये काय असतं. These are the guidelines which remain concerned with the cross-cutting topics which does not get fit uniquely into the above three different types of categories. Understand, student? तर हे जे चार प्रकारचे गाईडलाईन आहे हे मी ऑलरेडी तुम्हाला मागच्या लेक्चरमध्येही शिकवले होते. नाउ स्टुडंट, वी हॅव टू स्टडी ईच ऑफ दिस गाईडलाईन. या ज्या चार प्रकारच्या गाईडलाईन आहे ना, या आपल्याला डिटेलमध्ये स्टडी करून घ्यायच्या आहेत. तर याच्यातली पहिली गाईडलाईन जी आपण आज शिकणार आहे, दॅट इज द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. द फर्स्ट वन, दॅट इज द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. मी तुम्हाला मागे सांगितलं की क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन ही कसल्या संदर्भात आहे. क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन, दिस वॉज इन द गाईडलाईन विच रिमेन कन्सर्न विथ द केमिकल टेस्टिंग्स अँड द टेस्टिंग्स ऑफ फार्मास्युटिकल क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स. इट इज इन कन्सर्न ऑफ द केमिकल अँड फार्मास्युटिकल क्वालिटी अश्युरन्स. नाउ स्टुडंट, दिस क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन, ही जी क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन आहे, इट वॉज गेट डिवायडेड इन टू द 10 सब कॅटेगरीज. ही क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन परत 10 प्रकारच्या सब कॅटेगरीमध्ये डिवाइड केली गेलेली आहे. अँड नेमली दिस 10 डिफरंट कॅटेगरीज, they are abbreviated or they are indicated by guideline Q1 to guideline Q10. लक्षात घ्या. या स्लाइडवर तुम्हाला दिसत असतील की टोटली याच्या क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन्स आहे. क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन, दिस इज द फर्स्ट गाईडलाईन ऑफ द ICH, and again this quality guideline, it is get sub categorized into the 10 different categories. It is sub categorized into the 10 different categories, that is from Q1 to Q10. Okay, Q1 to Q10. आता या ज्या 10 सिरीज आहेत क्वालिटी गाईडलाईनच्या, म्हणजे क्यू गाईडलाईनच्या, क्वालिटी गाईडलाईनच्या ज्या 10 सिरीज आहेत त्याच्यातले Q1 to Q10 हे कसल्या संदर्भात आहे तेही मी इथे मेन्शन केलेलं आहे. Q1 guideline, it is in concern of the stability study. Q1 guideline, it is in concern of stability study. Q2 guideline, it is remain related to the analytical validation. Q3, it is remain related with the impurity study. Q4 is in the concern of the pharmacopoeial study. Q5, it is related to the quality of biotechnological product. Q6, it is related to the specification studies. Q7, it is related to the GMP, that is the good manufacturing practices. Q8, it is in concern of pharmaceutical development. Q9, it is in concern of quality risk management. And Q10, that is related to the pharmaceutical quality system. So student try to understand what I want to explain from this. ICHच्या गाईडलाईन्स बेसिकली किती कॅटेगरीमध्ये डिवाइड झालेल्या आहेत? ICHच्या गाईडलाईन बेसिकली 4 कॅटेगरीमध्ये डिवाइड झालेल्या आहेत. ते कुठले? QSEM. त्याच्यातली पहिली गाईडलाईन जी आहे दॅट इज द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. ही क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन कसल्या संदर्भात आहे? क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन इट बेसिकली रिमेन कन्सर्न विथ द chemicals and the pharmaceutical quality assurance. This quality guideline, it is again subcategorized into the 10 different categories, and they are basically denoted by Q1 to Q10. And this 10 series of the quality guidelines, they remain concerned with the different topics, they remain concerned with the different matters, which here I have been mentioned in front of you. या 10 जे गाईडलाईन्स आहे किंवा 10 सिरीज जे आहेत क्वालिटी गाईडलाईनच्या, त्या कुठल्या कुठल्या टॉपिकला रिलेटेड आहेत ते मी इथे मेन्शन केलेलं आहे. फॉर एक्झाम्पल Q1 नावाची जी गाईडलाईन आहे दॅट इज इन कन्सर्न ऑफ स्टॅबिलिटी. Q2 is in concern of analytical validation. Q3 it is related to the impurity. Q4 is related to the pharmacopoeias. Q5 is related to the quality of biotechnological product. Q6 is related to the specification. Q7 it is related to the GMP. Q8 it is related to the pharmaceutical development. Q9 it is related to the quality risk management, while the Q10 it is in concern of pharmaceutical quality system. So student, these are the 10 different series of the quality guideline. Second one, safety guideline. सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन बद्दल मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं की या कसल्या संदर्भातल्या गाईडलाईन्स आहेत. सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन्स आर सिम्पली सेड टू बी द गाईडलाईन्स which remain concerned with in vitro and in vivo testings or the in vitro and in vivo preclinical studies. Safety guidelines are the guidelines which remain concerned with the in vitro and in vivo preclinical studies. Again, these safety guidelines, they are also classified into the 10 different categories. या ज्या सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन आहे याही परत 10 डिफरंट गाईडलाईन्स किंवा 10 डिफरंट सब कॅटेगरीजमध्ये क्लासिफाय झालेल्या आहेत. अँड दे आर बेसिकली दे आर बेसिकली डिनोटेड बाय S1 to S10 safety guidelines. They are again get classified, they are again get categorized into the 10 different categories, and they are basically denoted by the S1 to S10. Here in this particular slide I have been mentioned that how this different 10 series of the safety guidelines, they remain concerned with the different topics. S1, that is in concern of the carcinogenicity testing or the carcinogenicity studies. S2 guideline, it is related to the genotoxicity studies. S3 guideline, it is related to the toxicokinetics and pharmacokinetics. S4 guideline, it is related to the toxicity testing. S5 guideline, it is related to the reproductive toxicology. S6, it is related to the biotechnological product. S7, it is related to the pharmacological studies. S8, that is in concern of immunotoxicology studies. S9, that is the non-clinical evaluation. S9, that is the non-clinical evaluation for anti-cancer pharmaceuticals. And S10, that is related to the photosafety evaluation. So student, try to understand. मी परत एकदा रिपीट करतोय. ICHच्या 4 प्रकारच्या गाईडलाईन. पहिली होती क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन, दुसरी आहे सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन. दिस सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन इट बेसिकली रिमेन कन्सर्न with the in vitro and in vivo testings or the in vitro and in vivo preclinical studies. This safety guideline, it is again get categorized into the 10 sub guidelines or into the 10 different series of the guidelines, and they are namely called as S1 guideline to S10 guideline. Now here I have been mentioned, या स्लाइडवर मी मेन्शन केलेलं आहे की हे जे 10 प्रकाराचे गाईडलाईन सिरीज आहे सेफ्टी गाईडलाईन मधल्या ते कुठल्या कुठल्या संदर्भात रिलेटेड आहे. S1 is related to the carcinogenicity testings or the carcinogenicity studies. S2 is related to the genotoxicity. S3, toxicokinetics and pharmacokinetics. S4 toxicity testing, S5 reproductive toxicology, S6 biotechnological product, S7 pharmacology study, S8 immunotoxicology study, S9 non-clinical evaluation for anti-cancer pharmaceuticals, and S10 that is in concern of photo safety or photosensitivity. Understand, student? So this was about the second guideline of the ICH, that is called as the safety guideline. Now the third one, student. The third guideline that is said to be the efficacy guideline. The third guideline that is said to be the efficacy guideline. Now, student, this efficacy guideline, it basically remain concerned with the clinical trial studies in the human volunteers. Efficacy guideline ही कसल्या संदर्भातली आहे? It is the guideline which is in concern of clinical trial studies in the human volunteers. Now, student, here this efficacy guideline, it is basically get categorized into the 16 subcategories. Quality guideline, that was categorized into the 10 categories. Okay. Then after that, safety guidelines, that was also categorized into the 10 different categories. But efficacy guideline, that this is categorized into the 16 different categories or the 16 subcategories. And the details of all these 16 subcategories of efficacy guideline, details of all these 16 subcategories of efficacy guidelines are mentioned here in front of you in this particular presentation. Okay, now try to understand. E1 and E2, they remain concerned with the clinical safety. Just a minute, student. I'm taking a break. Just a minute. Hello. Sorry, student, for interruption in the lecture. Now, as I told you, efficacy guideline, these are the guidelines which basically remain concerned with the clinical trial studies in the human beings. This efficacy guidelines, they are categorized into the 16 different categories. And these 16 different categories of the guidelines, they remain concerned with the different topics, they remain concerned with the different matters, which I have been mentioned here in front of you in this particular slide. Category or the guideline E1 and E2, that is in concern of clinical safety. Guideline E3, it is in concern of clinical study report. Guideline E4, it is in concern of the dose response study. Guideline E5, it is in response of the ethnic factor. Guideline E6, it is related to the good clinical practice. Guideline E7 to E11, that is in concern of the clinical trial. Guideline E12, it is related to the guidelines for clinical evaluation by therapeutic categories. E14, that is related to the clinical evaluation. And E15 and E16, they are remain concerned with the pharmacogenomics. So student, these are the details of these 16 different guidelines of efficacy. These are the details of 16 different guidelines of the efficacy with the topics with which they concern. Understand? So this was the third type of and the guideline of ICH, that is the efficacy guideline. Now, student, the fourth type of the guideline for the ICH, that is said to be the multidisciplinary guideline. स्टुडंट, यू नो व्हेरी वेल, मी आधी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी गाईडलाईन म्हणजे कुठल्या गाईडलाईन. दीज आर द गाईडलाईन्स which remain in concern of the cross-cutting topics. Cross-cutting topics means what? The topics which does not fit into the above three mentioned guidelines of ICH. Cross-cutting topics means what? The topics which does not fit or which cannot be included into the above three mentioned guidelines of ICH, that is the quality, safety, and efficacy. या 3 कॅटेगरीमध्ये जे गाईडलाईन आपण प्रविष्ट करू शकत नाही, जे गाईडलाईन आपण इन्क्लूड करू शकत नाही, असे सर्व टॉपिक्सच्या गाईडलाईन्स जे आहेत, दे वर इन्क्लुडेड इंटू दिस फोर्थ टाइप ऑफ द गाईडलाईन, अँड दॅट फोर्थ टाइप ऑफ द गाईडलाईन इज कॉल्ड ॲज मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी गाईडलाईन. So student, here the presentation or the data is there in front of you related to this multidisciplinary guideline. Again student, this multidisciplinary guideline, it was categorized into the 8 different categories. It is categorized into the 8 different categories, and namely they are indicated as M1 to M8. Namely they are indicated by M1 to M8. M stands for multidisciplinary guideline, and it is categorized into the 8 different categories, and these 8 different categories, they are denoted by M1 to M8. M1. M1 is in concern of made DRA terminology. M1 is in concern of made DRA terminology. M2 is related to the electronic standard. M3 is related to the non-clinical safety studies. M4 is related to the CTD. CTD stands for Common Technical Document. CTDचा अर्थ काय होतोय? Common Technical Document. M5 that is related to the data elements and the standards for drug dictionaries. M6 is related to the gene therapy. M7 it is related to the genotoxic impurities, and M8 it is related to the ECTD. ECTD means what? Electronic Common Technical Document. So student, hoping that you are getting this particular point, this is the fourth category of the ICH guideline, that is the multidisciplinary guideline. This multidisciplinary guideline, it is again classified into the 8 different categories, and this 8 different series of the multidisciplinary guideline, they remain concerned with the different topics which I have been mentioned here in front of you in this particular slide. Okay, student. So moving on toward the next point, the next point as per our syllabus which we have to study, that is ICH stability testing guideline. ICH stability testing guidelines. So this was on the next point, that is the ICH stability testing guideline. Before making a study of this testing stability testing guidelines, first of all we have to understand that what is meant by the stability of pharmaceutical product. आपल्याला सर्वात आधी समजून घ्यायचं आहे की स्टॅबिलिटी म्हणजे काय. If you are claiming that your pharmaceutical product is stable, if you are claiming that your pharmaceutical product is having a good stability, तर याचा अर्थ काय होतोय? Stability of pharmaceutical product means what, student? Stability of pharmaceutical product is simply called as in the capability of that particular product to remain within a specification such as the physical, chemical, microbiological, therapeutic, and toxicological specification. Stability of any pharmaceutical product can be defined as the capability of that particular product to remain within a specification such as within a physical specification, chemical specification, microbiological specification, therapeutic specification, and toxicological specification when they are stored in a specific container or closure system for a long period of time. When they are stored in a specific container or closure system for a long period of time. Hoping that you are getting this particular definition of stability. कुठल्याही फार्मास्युटिकल प्रोडक्टची स्टॅबिलिटी काय इंडिकेट करते? इट वॉज इंडिकेटिंग द कॅपॅसिटी ऑफ दॅट पर्टिक्युलर फार्मास्युटिकल प्रोडक्ट टू रिमेन विदिन अ स्पेसिफिकेशन फॉर अ लॉंग पिरियड ऑफ टाइम ड्युरिंग इट्स स्टोरेज. For a long period of time during its storage means our product remains under the specification for a long period of time during its entire storage time within a specifications such as chemical specification, physical specification, toxicological specification, therapeutic specification, microbiological specification. Understand? Basically, this stability testings or the stability studies, they are classified into the 3 categories. आता दुसऱ्या पॉइंटकडे लक्ष असू द्या. These stability studies, they are classified into the 3 different types, or they are classified into the 3 different types of studies. These 3 different types of the studies of stability, they are called as long-term stability testing, second is intermediate stability testing, and third one is accelerated stability testing. तर लक्षात असू द्या, stability studies, they are basically categorized into the 3 main categories. First one that is called as in the long-term stability studies. Second one that is the intermediate stability study. And third one that is the accelerated stability study. Moving on toward the next slide, student. What is the need of stability testing? Why we are performing the stability studies? आपण कुठल्याही फार्मास्युटिकल प्रोडक्टवर स्टॅबिलिटी स्टडी का करतो? What are the reasons behind this stability studies? What is the need of this stability studies? So here I have been mentioned the six different needs for this or the six different reasons for which we are performing this stability testing. First one, stability testing gives the evidence that how the quality of product varies with the time. If you are performing the stability studies, तर त्याच्यावरून तुम्हाला लक्षात येते that how the quality of product is getting vary with the time during its storage time. How the quality of your pharmaceutical product is getting vary during its storage time. Second, stability studies provide establish the shelf life for the drug product. Definitely. Stability testing, it establishes the shelf life for the drug product. Third one, stability testing determines the recommended storage condition. कुठल्या स्टोरेज कंडिशनला तुमचं प्रोडक्ट जास्त स्टेबल राहू शकतोय, कुठल्या स्टोरेज कंडिशनला किंवा कुठल्या स्टोरेज इन्व्हायरमेंटला तुमच्या प्रोडक्टची स्टॅबिलिटी जास्त वेळ टिकू शकते, त्याबद्दलची माहिती आपल्याला कुठून भेटेल? विथ द हेल्प ऑफ दिस स्टॅबिलिटी टेस्टिंग. Student, try to understand the third point. In this third point, what I want to explain, if we are performing the stability testing over our pharmaceutical product, then we are able to determine the appropriate or the favorable storage condition for our pharmaceutical product. या टेस्टिंगमुळे आपल्याला ॲप्रोप्रिएट आणि फेवरेबल स्टोरेज कंडिशन कुठली आहे आपल्या प्रोडक्टसाठी ते आपल्याला समजेल. वी आर एबल टू डिटरमाइन द रिकमेंडेड स्टोरेज कंडिशन. फोर्थ वन, इट डिटरमाइन्स द सुटेबिलिटी ऑफ कंटेनर अँड क्लोजर सिस्टम. डेफिनेटली with the help of this stability testing, we are able to find out the suitable container and closure system for our pharmaceutical product so that our product will remain stable for a long period of time. कुठल्या कंटेनर अँड क्लोजर सिस्टीममध्ये आपण आपलं प्रोडक्ट स्टोअर करायला पाहिजे जेणेकरून आपल्या प्रोडक्टची स्टॅबिलिटी जास्त पिरियड पर्यंत स्टेबल राहू शकते. येते लक्षात? सो दॅट वॉज द फोर्थ पॉईंट. इट हेल्प्स टू डिटरमाइन द सुटेबिलिटी ऑफ कंटेनर अँड क्लोजर सिस्टीम. Fifth, stability testing is necessary for in concern of the safety point of view of patient. Definitely, if you are performing that stability testing, means it is necessary for the safety point of view of patient to determine the safety point of view of patient. Sixth one, it is one of the essential quality attribute. Definitely, if you are performing a stability testing, then with that stability testing, we are able to find out the safety, efficacy, and the quality of our product. We are able to find out the attributes in concern of safety, efficacy, and quality. Okay, student. Moving on toward the next slide. Stability testing guidelines. Now, stability testing guidelines. Student, as I told you, मी तुम्हाला आधी सांगितलं होतं की ICH गाईडलाईन इट वॉज कॅटेगराइज इन टू द 4 डिफरंट कॅटेगरीज. ICHच्या ज्या गाईडलाईन्स आहेत ते 4 कॅटेगरीमध्ये कॅटेगराइज केले गेलेले आहेत. त्या 4 कॅटेगरी कुठल्या? क्वालिटी, सेफ्टी, इफिकसी अँड मल्टीडिसिप्लिनरी. तर आता स्टॅबिलिटी टेस्टिंग गाईडलाईन ही कुठल्या कॅटेगरीमध्ये येते किंवा कुठल्या गाईडलाईनमध्ये येते मी परत तुम्हाला मागच्या स्लाइडवर घेऊन जातोय. स्टॅबिलिटी टेस्टिंग इट कम्स अंडर द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. इट कम्स अंडर द क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन. क्वालिटी गाईडलाईनमध्ये कुठल्या सिरीजमध्ये येत आहे? Q1 सिरीज. लक्ष असू द्या स्लाइडवर. Q1 series, it remain concerned with what? It remain concerned with the stability program. Q1 series, it is remain associated with the stability program of our pharmaceutical product. तर परत मी पुढच्या स्लाइडला जातोय. Stability testing guideline. Basically, the guidelines for the stability studies. Basically, the guidelines for stability studies are ICH Q1 series, which are designed for the stability programs. ICH Q1 series. Q1 series come under the quality guideline. मी तुम्हाला सांगितलं होतं की क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन जी आहे दॅट क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन इट इज कॅटेगराइज इन टू द 10 डिफरंट कॅटेगरीज. आणि त्याच्यात Q1 नावाची जी कॅटेगरी आहे दॅट ICH Q1 गाईडलाईन इट इज इन कन्सर्न ऑफ स्टॅबिलिटी प्रोग्राम. ICH Q1 गाईडलाईन इट इज इन कन्सर्न ऑफ स्टॅबिलिटी प्रोग्राम. तर पहिल्या पॉईंटकडे लक्ष असू द्या या स्लाइडमध्ये. बेसिकली द गाईडलाईन ऑफ द ICH Q1 सिरीज आर डिझाईन फॉर द स्टॅबिलिटी प्रोग्राम. सेकंड पॉईंट, ICH Q1 topics on stability testing is covered by the 6 separate guidelines which are namely mentioned as follow. आता ही Q1 सिरीज परत 6 प्रकारच्या गाईडलाईनमध्ये क्लासिफाईड झालेली आहे. मी परत एकदा रिपीट करतोय. ICHच्या गाईडलाईन किती कॅटेगरीमध्ये कॅटेगराईज झाले? 4 कॅटेगरी. त्या 4 कॅटेगरी कुठल्या? QSEM. परत क्वालिटी गाईडलाईन जी आहे ती 10 कॅटेगरीमध्ये डिवाइड झाली आहे. त्या 10 कॅटेगरी कुठल्या? Q1 to Q10. आता Q1 नावाची जी गाईडलाईन आहे दॅट इज इन कन्सर्न ऑफ स्टॅबिलिटी प्रोग्राम. आणि आता ही जी Q1 गाईडलाईन आहे that Q1 guideline, it is again categorized into the 6 different categories, and these 6 different categories they are mentioned here with the name of ICH Q1A, ICH Q1B, ICH Q1C, ICH Q1D, ICH Q1E, and ICH Q1F. These are the 6 different guidelines in concern of ICH Q1 series. In concern of ICH Q1 series. माझ्या बोलण्याकडे लक्ष असू द्या. ICH guideline, they are categorized into the 4 different categories, that is QSEM. They are categorized into the 4 different categories, that is QSEM. परत quality guideline, that was categorized into the 10 different categories, that is from Q1 to Q10. आणि आता Q1 नावाची जी गाईडलाईन आहे किंवा Q1 नावाची जी सिरीज आहे, Q1 guideline series, it is again classified into the 6 categories, that is Q1A to Q1F. ओके. आता ही जी गाईडलाईन आहे Q1A to Q1F, that is in concern of stability testing. That is in concern of stability testing. आता लक्ष असू द्या. ICH Q1A ही कसल्या संदर्भात आहे? ICH Q1A, this is the stability testing of the new drug substances and the new drug product. It is a guideline in concern of new drug substances and new drug product, that is the stability guideline. ICH Q1B, it is a stability guideline in concern of photostability testing of the new drug substances. ICH Q1B, it is a stability guideline in concern of photostability testing of the new drug substances. ICH Q1C, it is a stability guideline, quality monthly stability. Okay. ICH Q1C, it is a stability guideline in concern of stability testing of dosage form. It is a stability guideline in concern of stability testing for dosage forms. ICH Q1D, it is a guideline, it is a stability guideline for bracketing and matrix design for stability testing of new drug substances and product. Q1D कडे लक्ष असू द्या. Q1D, this is a stability guideline in concern of bracketing and matrix design for stability testing of new drug substances and new drug product. Q1E, it is a stability guideline for evaluation of stability data. Q1E, it is related to the evaluation of stability data. Q1F, ICH Q1F, ही परत एका प्रकारची स्टॅबिलिटी गाईडलाईन आहे. इट इज अ स्टॅबिलिटी गाईडलाईन रिलेटेड टू स्टॅबिलिटी डाटा पॅकेज फॉर रजिस्ट्रेशन ॲप्लिकेशन इन द क्लायमॅटिक झोन 3 अँड क्लायमॅटिक झोन 4. Q1F, मी परत रिपीट करतोय. Q1F क्वालिटीमधली गाईडलाईन आहे, पण क्वालिटीमधली स्टॅबिलिटी गाईडलाईन आहे. लक्षात असू द्या. QSEM हे 4 कॅटेगरीज आहेत ICH गाईडलाईनच्या. QGA, Q stands for quality guideline. Quality guideline is again categorized into the 10 categories, that is from Q1 to Q10. Q1 is related to the stability program. Now Q1 is again categorized into the 6 categories, that is Q1A to Q1F. आता Q1F कसल्या संदर्भात आहे ते लक्षात घ्या या स्लाइडवरनं. ICH Q1F, it is a stability guideline which remain concerned with stability data package for registration application in the climatic zones, in the climatic zone 3 and the climatic zone 4. Okay, student. So student, here I have been completed your first chapter. Here the syllabus of first chapter has been get completed. In the next lecture, we are going to start with the syllabus of unit 2. In the next lecture, we are going to start with the syllabus of unit 2. So student, here I have been explaining you the complete detail about the ICH, International Conference on Harmonization, and the guidelines of ICH, that is the QSEM. These are the four guidelines of ICH, QSEM. त्याच्याबद्दलही मी तुम्हाला सांगितलंय. ICH बद्दलही तुम्हाला सांगितलंय. ICH चे पार्टिसिपंट्स कोण कोण, ICH चं वर्किंग स्ट्रक्चर कसं असतं, हे सर्व काही मी तुम्हाला एक्सप्लेन केलेलं आहे. आणि इथे आय एम डिक्लेअरिंग दॅट आय हॅव बीन कम्प्लिटेड युअर सिलेबस फॉर द फर्स्ट युनिट. Syllabus for first unit has been completed from my side. In the next lecture, we are going to start with the unit 2. So thank you, student. Thank you very much. I'm going to stop here.